Hi there everybody, I hope you're all well. Look at the state of me. Yes, Dracula, your friendly Dracula's daughter again with her hair up. Still looking like being dragged through a hedge backwards, but with a nice hedge this time, full of flowers. It was lovely. But today we're going to talk about, I've been talking about crap anyway, so you might think this is crap as well. So, but before I start, I do videos 3 times a week. I may add some more videos on the pets and something like that now and again, if and when I can, because it's nice to have a break from me just wittering away like an old fishwife 24/7, isn't it? So and like I said, sort of my voice does help people fall asleep. So if you do have insomnia, just watch this channel, people, and the whole world will be asleep within 10 minutes. How marvellous. But anyway, so today I'm sat here, but I've decided first of all, I want to thank each and every one of you for subscribing to my channel and watching my videos. It does mean a lot to me. Like I said in my last video, because of my mental health issues, making videos like this does help me forget the battle, all the little fights that I have with myself, because of Simba. Leave that alone. Oh, do you know that boy? Honestly, he thinks everything's his. Bless him. But as I was saying, and it does help my mental health by doing this. Actually, putting myself out there in public. It's a huge step, and a lot of people, I don't think a lot of people do understand. Sorry, a bit of dirt there. Understand how what it is. Oh, what was there? Well, there we go. What it's like to actually put yourself out there in the public domain, as it were. It's one thing and talking to friends when you're having a cup of tea and whatnot, but it's something completely different when you're on social media, i.e. like YouTube, because you're putting yourself out there for the whole world to see, to watch you, to ridicule, to take the piss, to take the mickey, to laugh at you, and people saying, "Oh, it's so easy to do." Believe me, it's not. It's not. My first ever video was out in the local park, and I had to do it and post it straight away because otherwise I wouldn't have done it. And I'm glad I did, actually. Oh, Simba, it's okay. So, but yes. So, and it does help the seagulls are out now in full song. Full song. Thank you. Simba's just got. I watered the plants earlier, and I had a big empty thingy of tub of cream thing which I washed out yesterday, and I used that just to get the water from the bucket onto the plants. So he's just popped his head into the bucket and took it out and is taking it inside to chew on. Plastic bottles, you can't leave them on the side because he'll just have them. Zena's copying him now as well, so you're walking around sometimes with nothing on your feet, and all of a sudden you see this thing sticking onto you, and you think, oh my god, what's that? It's a tiny piece of plastic like that from the bottles. Oh, honestly. It's like a brand new Hoover every 6 months, but there you go. There you go. I might just send them out working, whatever. But anyway, enough about those little 4-legged furry things, and more about me. But yes, as I was saying, so putting yourself out there, regardless, even if you don't suffer from mental health issues. Yes, thank you, seagulls. Thank you. I think they have mental health issues as well. And they're just aching out. They're just cheering me on, I think, today. Bless them. How lovely. But it's like I said, it's hard enough to put yourself out there on a social media site such as YouTube, because you're open to all sorts of abuse and ridicule and everything like that. So and it is difficult to do it, even if you don't have mental health issues, and it's even harder when you do. And it's taking that initial first step to actually do it. And to tell the truth, even though I haven't got many subscribers yet, and I might not never have any more subscribers than I do have now, but it doesn't matter because I'm doing it in the hope that it would have helped somebody out there, like I've said in the videos before, and I still haven't lost the reason. Some people do forget the reason why they start something, but I never will. Because I see it daily. And the reason why I started these videos was to show to people that not all trans, yes, thank you, that must be a trans goal. But you know, not all trans people are awful and horrible and judgmental and up their own arses, as it were. So, you know, there are some of us who are laid back and are down to earth and see things as they actually are, and not through rose-tinted glasses. And another reason as well is the way that people get treated when they ask when they ask questions about being trans and everything to other trans people, and it's, you know, it's just awful the way that people get treated by some trans organisations and trans sites, and it beggars belief. And I just think to myself, why are you making it even worse on yourself? It's bad enough being trans out there in the world anyway, you know, so why make it even worse on yourself? Why rock the boat, as it were? I'd want to be treated differently because I'm trans. I want to be treated like a human person, human being. I want to be treated like Tony. I want to be treated like a person, you know. So if you respect me, I'll respect you back. If you say hello to me, I'll say hello to you back. If you're nice to me, I'm nice to you. If you're horrible to me, I'll just walk away and ignore you. Or I might be horrible back. I might say something snidey and then just walk away. That's the kind of person I am. But I'm not one of those go, oh, you have to treat me this way because I'm trans. You have to say this to me. You can't talk to me like that. You can't ask these questions. I'm very open, and so you can ask me whatever the heck you want. And I keep saying this to you, and as of yet, I haven't had any questions asked about being trans. And even my friend whose son turned around and told her that he was now trans, and as from now on, you have to call me this person by this new name and everything, and I'm your daughter now, not your son. And like I said to her, it's like, you know, it's like a death in a way. It's like for that parent, it's like, you know, you've brought this child into the world. The mother brought this child into the world and grown up and treated them like a boy, as an example. I'm using this as an example now. Treated them as a boy, and in the end they turn around and say, oh look, no, I'm not a boy, I want to be a girl, I'm in the wrong body. And we have to remember, and I keep saying, and I said this before in other videos, that we have to, pardon me, we have to remember that they don't know what's going on in your head. They don't know the battles that's going on, that your mind and your body aren't in sync, as it were. They can't understand that, and this video hopefully helps people to understand, even just a tiny bit, because there's no way that you could totally understand unless you're actually going through it yourself. So, and that happened when I turned up, and it was the day after I moved in here, actually 7 years ago. And I went to see the doctor at the clinic, and I had a pair of jeans on and a t-shirt because it was a lovely day, no makeup. Had my hair up in a ponytail, I think it was long, I can't remember my hair anyway, but I remember the jeans and the t-shirt and everything. And he turned around to me and he said, clearly you aren't ready for the surgery. And I burst into tears, and I said, why are you thinking that? He said, because look at you. He said, you're not dressed, you're not wearing a dress, you're not wearing makeup. And that really shocked me, because I thought to myself, well, do you see every woman, every female out there in a dress, heels, tights, makeup? No. So I burst into tears. I said, you just don't know what's going on in my head, you know, what it feels like. And he said, tell me then, Tony. He said, tell me. But I couldn't, because what's going on in here, you can't, sometimes you can't tell people exactly how it feels, you know. So you just say, oh, I feel bad, and that's it. But you can't explain why properly, because they won't understand. It's deep down inside you, kind of thing, you know. So, but anyway, so all that's besides the point. Today we're going to be talking about, that's why I've got my reading glasses on, do you like them? Hugo Boss, apparently, which I didn't realise. I didn't realise until after I got them. Boss Orange, aren't they lovely? Aren't they gorgeous? They're about 45 quid, I think they were. But anyway, so, right, today is about self-esteem and building our own self-esteem. because again, I've been going through my living psychology books, and I saw the self-esteem, and I thought, no, I have to talk about that, because we do. Well, a lot of us, if not most of us, lack self-esteem. We may pretend that we do have self-esteem, but deep down we don't. We have this innate fear of rejection, of failure, and everything like that. So, and that does chip away at your self-esteem, and it's really, really hard to actually keep it going. I'm just see, my self-esteem is just out the window anyway. Sometimes it's like it's just really, really silly. Sometimes I just think, oh, I'm not worth anything. I'm not, So, but psychologically, the reason self-esteem, that we have self-esteem, is that we concentrate on our failures and everything like that. It's the fact that this is what some of the psychologists say, is the fact that we don't want to think about why am I on this earth, and what is the reason I'm on here, kind of thing. So because we are sentient, and we are cognitive, and we have our own minds and everything. So, but self-esteem has nothing to do. And people say, oh, self-esteem might to do with the social construct, and and the gender, and your gender and everything. No. Self-esteem is very individual, and it is about you, not about your family, not about your culture, not about your religion, not about your faith, not about your spirituality. It's all about you, nothing to do with anyone else. And some of us want to boost from other people, boost our self-esteem from other people, i.e. by being in a loving relationship. That does boost our self-esteem. But anyway, I'll start reading here. So extract 4, here we go. 10 steps to boost self-esteem, Rainbow Project website, 2014. Now it says 10, but there's 12. There is 12 actually. So, and one of them is basically what I've said before, and I keep saying, be yourself. So, stop comparing yourself with other people. We do tend to do that a lot. It's like I do it, because I do know a couple of trans women, and the way they look very feminine. You wouldn't be able to clock them at all unless they told you. And I'm thinking, oh God, I wish I was like that. And I compare myself to them. And I'll never be unclockable, as it were. Stealth, as they call it. I'll never be stealth. It's like I said, I'm 6'3", 6'4", built like a brick outhouse, and very masculine. I've got a very square jaw, and I have got dear friends that say to me, no, you do look like a girl, Tony. You do look like a girl, Tony. It's like you do look feminine, you do look female, and and thank you, all of you, for saying that to me. It's like, and that boosts my self-esteem, but deep down it's still, so it's still there, so, and I know I'll never be able to change it, so what the hell. So there'll always be people who have more than you and some who have less. If you play the comparison game, you'll run into too many components you can't defeat. So basically, that means you'll just be banging your head against a brick wall. It's like keeping up with the Joneses, as the saying used to go. I don't know if people say that nowadays. Keeping up with the Joneses, blah blah blah. What they've got, you want, and you get it, and everything. And that's why so many people get into debt, because they want the finer things in life, but they can't afford it. So they go and they compare themselves to the neighbour or family members. Well, she's got it, so I've got to get it, and you just end up in so much debt that you just over your head in debt and everything like that, and over your head in self-doubt as well. So don't do it. Honestly, don't. Low self-esteem can lead some people into exploitative relationships, basically, that end up in a relationship that they're going to use you, either for financial gain or for a roof over their head, or anything like that, really. So risky sexual behaviour, like one night stands, or meeting up people in the dark and just having you know, so just say, so well, yeah, if I open my legs, if I open my legs to him, I'm thinking about myself now. He will love me more. He will love me, and that's mistaking sex for love. Alcohol and drug misuse. I've been there myself with both alcohol and drugs. Now I don't touch either. I've even given up on smoking, actually. So eating disorders, problems with food. I still have problems with food. I don't talk about it a lot because it's very personal to me, and that's why I keep getting up and down on my weight, and I keep blaming the medication I'm on. But it's me. It is me. And body dissatisfaction, e.g., steroid abuse. I suppose that would mean like going to the gym and building up your muscles and everything, and you know, oh, look at me, I'm really big, I'm really, you know, muscular and everything, covered in tattoos and whatnot. So maybe that's what that's right. Okay, stop comparing yourself with other people. We've spoken about that. Stop putting yourself down, and we all do that. A lot of us do it. You know, so that you can't develop high self-esteem if you repeat negative phrases about yourself and your abilities. Whether speaking about your appearance, your career or relationship, your financial situation, or any other aspect of your life, avoid self-depreciating comments. It's like, oh, I'm fat, I'm ugly, oh, I'm no good, I'm not worth it, you know, things like that. And it's really bad. We all do it to ourselves, and we should stop doing it, because you are worth it. It doesn't matter if you don't have any money. You can still go out for the days and enjoy yourself. Being happy doesn't necessarily mean that you have to have money to going out and enjoying yourself. I don't mean going out to the pub or club enjoying yourself. I'm talking about going out for the day. If you've just got enough for a training fair or whatever, and just go out somewhere for the day for a nice walk to a city or a big town or whatever you've never been before. Do things like that. So accept all compliments with a thank you. I don't know if if that's a cultural thing or not. Oh, pardon. Oh, grief. Pardon me. I don't know if it's a cultural thing or not, because a lot of people in this country won't take compliments, and I'm one of them. I was followed one day by a guy from a charity shop. I'd been out for the day, and I was all glammed up and everything, heels on. And I was in the charity shop looking, and he went, hello. He went like that to me, and I thought, oh, do I know him? And I realised no, because I don't wear glasses when I'm dolled up usually. And I'm blind as a bat without them, believe me. Blind as a bat. But anyway, so he just started talking to me. He followed me out of the charity shop and followed me down the road. And he went, oh my God, you're beautiful. And I went, like that sort of thing. You know, I got really shy and whatever. And he went, why don't you take compliments? He said, why won't you take the compliments? And I'm there going, because I'm not used to compliments. I'm not used to it. And then when I do have, you know, when I used to have compliments, it was, there was a reason for it. You know, so it was like, oh, blah 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 blah, and then it was like, I've given you that compliment, now you've got to give me this kind of attitude, you know. So now I still, you know, so I just brush him off, sort of thing. And he followed me down the road, and he went, why don't you take the compliment? And I went, I do. I said, but when you're not used to it, I said, it's very hard. And he said, if I was younger, he said, I'd be chasing you. He said, I thought, oh, bless him. Do you know, and that boosted my self-esteem a little bit, my self-confidence a little bit as well. Ever received a compliment and proud? Oh, it was nothing. Yeah, so we all do it. So, you know, so if you know, somebody, if you do something for somebody, even if you just give somebody a helping hand with opening a door or something and say thank you, and you say, oh, don't mention it, kind of thing, you know. So it's like, you know, next time somebody says thank you, just say you're welcome. Not say, oh, don't brush it off, you know. So because when you reject a compliment, the message you give yourself is that you are not worthy of praise. Respond to all compliments with a simple thank you, like I've just said. It's just a simple thank you. Yeah. Use affirmations to enhance your self-esteem. Just be proud of who you are, not what you are. You can't be proud that you're a murderer or a rapist, because that's what you are. If I'm just saying now, for an example, but I'm saying of who you are. I'm proud to be Tony. I'm proud to be trans. I'm proud to be who I am. I'm proud that I've amassed so many degrees, not degrees, but so many qualifications behind my name. It's just too long to list on here, and I'm starting all over again with other qualifications. Thanks to Open University, they've changed it from the Bachelor of Science to Bachelor of Arts, so I've had to oh dear me, it's just all up in the air and everything. It's a big hullabaloo there, but it's all already, so it's all been sorted. So, but I had to send away stuff again. So, but anyway, so yeah. On the back of a business card or small index cards, write out a statement such as "I like and accept myself." You should accept yourself. You really should, because you are who you are. Even your past makes you who you are. And I've met a lot of people that have ignored and tried to get rid of their past, but it doesn't work, because that defines who you are today. And sort of the past, even if you were bad in the past, learn from that and say, right, I did this, but I atoned for it this way, kind of thing, So, yes, I am a valuable, lovable person, deserve the best in life, which we all do. So if you are kind-hearted, if you help people, just say that to yourself. Look, I am good, I am kind-hearted, I'm not horrible, I'm not a bitch, I'm not a witch. Well, I am, but there you go, that's besides the point. And here it says, or even I'm proud to be LGBT and Q and whatever like that. Be proud of who you are, but don't make that one thing your most redeeming feature, if you know what I mean. So, because everything that we've learned from the past makes us who we are today, and we should learn from that, and that makes us who we are today. And we should respect that. It's not just the one thing, it's a myriad of stuff that we've learned, and all the work that you've done in the past and what you're doing now, that defines who you are. Your sexuality doesn't define who you are. I personally don't think so, and your gender shouldn't define who you are, but it does, doesn't it? And it's still in today's society, like males are treated differently from females, and I've noticed that myself. Ever since my surgery, I got treated so differently. It was unbelievable. And it was very subtle. It was subtle, but you noticed it. It was very, very noticeable, and shocking as well in some states and some in some areas. The worst treated, especially with women. Women were the worst ones, and they still are the worst ones. Men, very shy at looking, very sly at looking, like that kind of thing. But women stare at you. But anyway, so use affirmation. Carry the card with you. Repeat this statement several times during the day, especially at night before going to bed, and after getting up in the morning. Basically, in the mirror when you're brushing your teeth, or just before you brush your teeth, because you can't say it out loud. Just say it out loud 3 times. So yeah, I am a good person. I do look nice today. I will do good today. I do have lovely friends. I am a good friend. I personally don't think I'm a good friend, because I've got loads of friends that I've ignored over the last few months, and it's shameful. It really is shameful. Taking advantage of workshops and books and CDs, programs on self-esteem, self-help books and everything. If you want to go down that route, go to a charity shop or thrift store in America and find these CDs or books and everything to help you. Or even if you are witchy or a witch or that ilk, do a little affirmation spells and everything, so just be kind to yourself, and get any help from books or CDs and everything like that. Even on YouTube, just get what you can, and go from there, and help yourself and build yourself up from there. Associate with positive, supportive people. When you are surrounded by negative people who constantly put you and your ideas down, your self-esteem is low. So basically, even in relationships can happen, and that goes back to exploitive relationships. Low self-esteem, we do tend to gravitate to somebody that's noticing us, but noticing us in a negative way, just saying, oh yeah, that top looks nice, but not on you kind of attitude. Like a backhanded, what I used to call backhanded compliment. It's like they say something nice to you, but within 2 seconds they take it away just like that, and that's very negative. And people end up in relationships like that because they have low self-esteem, and their self-esteem is even lowered because of that, and they think, oh, they're only saying it because they love me, they're only saying it because they care. No, 9 times out of 10, people like that have low self-esteem themselves. Thank you, Siegel. His name's Stephen Siegel. On the other hand, when you're accepted and encouraged, you feel better about yourself in the best possible environment to raise your self-esteem. Join a group or whatever, you know. So if you're good at knitting, like Sue, hi Sue, if you're watching, she's very, very good at knitting and crocheting as well. She's started, and she's just brilliant. And every Wednesday she goes into Torquay Town Centre to meet up with like-minded people, and that is a self-esteem booster as well. And posting things online, what you've made, is also self-esteem. You're right there, young man. It's okay, Simba's coming over to see if Mummy's all right. And Mummy's okay, time, good boy. So self-esteem is people liking things that you've made, your designs and things like that. You see, my self-esteem is so low, I can't show any of my designs because I don't want people to be negative about them. As of yet, they haven't, but a couple of people have had a laugh and said, oh, are you being, you know, so are you serious? And I'm there going, yes, I am serious. So, you know, so slowly but surely those people have left my circle of friends. So just weed out all the negative people very slowly out of your life. You don't need people putting you down. We are our own worst critics. And I've said this before in one of my videos, can't remember which one, but it doesn't matter what you say to me or call me. It won't be as bad as what's in my head and what I call myself, and that's because I've got a low self-esteem, even though I'm on here. So bloody straight hairs, honestly. Because I'm on here, people think, oh gosh, Tony, you're okay. You haven't got mental health issues. You haven't got low self-esteem. Look at you. You're on YouTube, blah, blah, blah. But honestly, no, I do have low self-esteem, and I have good days and I have very bad days, and it is awful. But anyway, so right, I'll end it there, and then I'll do a new video.